Third example for adding and subtracting mixed numbers. This time I decided to throw 4 fractions in here. And so the first thing we want to do is look at what the common denominator would be among 8, 3, 2, and 4. The first number that all 4 of those divide nicely is 24. So I'm going to reflect that as I change all these numbers and simplify my signs. I'll start by saying negative 9 and something over 24. Minus a negative becomes a positive 3 and something over 24. Plus 4 and something over 24. Minus a positive can most simply be written with a negative. So we say minus 1 and something over 24. Now we have to change all of our numerators. And so we'll say 8 goes into 24 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 goes into 24 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 goes into 24 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 4 goes into 24 6. 6 times 1 is 6. I'll split this up into 2 parts so that I have my whole numbers and my fractions. I'll start with a negative 9, a positive 3, a positive 4, a negative 1. And on this side, I'll just work with the fractional part. Looking at the signs for the mixed numbers, I'm going to make sure that the fractions reflect those signs. So I'll say negative 3, because the mixed number was negative. Positive 16. Positive 12. Negative 6, because the mixed number was negative. Now I want to simplify what I have. So I look at this and I go negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. We move to the fractional part. I should have 24 as a denominator. I look at this, I have negative 3 and negative 6. I'm going to group like terms. Negative 3 and negative 6 is negative 9. Negative 9 and 12 would be positive 3. So 3 and 16 would be 19. Positive. Because these mixed numbers don't match, I have a whole number that's negative and a fraction that's positive, I'm going to have to borrow like in the last example. This time I'm going to start with that whole number. I'm going to call it negative 2, and then for that third dollar I want it to match and reflect this fraction here, so I'm going to call it negative 24 over 24. This is an equivalent statement. This is the same as owing $3. I bring the fraction down, plus 19 over 24. And all I have to do is then work with that fraction. Negative 24 plus 19 would simply be a negative 5. So I'd say negative 5 over 24. I won't leave that negative there because I understand that when I write a mixed number, both the whole number and the fraction own this sign or reflect that sign. So in other words, both parts are negative when I write it like this. All right. If you do a test or a quiz or homework and you leave it like this with missing signs or mismatched signs, I automatically count it wrong because you're still leaving me with a math problem to work out. The signs have to match. That's why I had to borrow. And as I borrowed here, once again, these matched. When I did my addition or subtraction, I ended up with a negative 5, which would have matched that negative for the mixed number. This is the appropriate answer. The next 3 problems we can try on our own.